Alright, welcome back to the next installment of how to edit with Adobe Premiere Pro 2015. It's my favorite and only editing program that I use for my videos. In fact, Defend This House is actually edited with Adobe Premiere Pro. If you want to check it out, you can see like what kind of work you can do with Adobe Premiere Pro. It was also used in conjunction with Photoshop, which comes with the Adobe Suite. That was used for things like, as you can see, this health bar was all made in Photoshop. But either way, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to deal with video transitions, video effects, how to crop, how to manage the video aspect. So we're actually going to delete the audio. Actually, no, we're not, because that's kind of an important part of the video. As far as like making sure everything's cropped together nicely. So we are going to start off with how to crop and how to cut video out, which is one of the most common things you're going to do, especially if you're doing like commentaries or vlogs. You're going to want to cut out those certain parts of the vlogs you don't want the people to see, like mess ups, or if someone interrupts you, your mom comes in your room, you want to cut that out. So let's just pretend that this part, your mom comes into the room. The vlog's going great. Oh yeah, it's going great. Right up into here, your mom comes into the room. And you don't want people to see that because obviously that's not part of the vlog. So you're going to go deselect your selection tool, go to your razor tool, and you're going to pause it at the part where your mom comes in or whatever you want gone. And we've already talked about this before, but you're just going to left click and you're going to clip it. Now you're going to use this timeline navigator tool, and you're going to kind of drag it to, let's say right here is where your mom walks out, and you can finally return to your video. So what you're going to do is you're going to click it again, and that's going to leave this little segment of video cut. So that's completely independent of the rest of the video. Now you can do clear or ripple delete. You guys have seen the rest of my series in the other installments, so you know what the clear and ripple delete means. So what happens now is it'll stop it'll stop right before where you wanted to cut. Like let's say if your mom came into your room, it'll stop right before your mom came in, and it'll return right after she left. So it'll look kind of like this. So as you can see, it kind of skipped ahead to different parts of the video. And that's useful, like I said, if you have distraction and you don't want people to necessarily see what the distraction is, then you can do that. See, it skips ahead. I mean, that looks like a good transition anyway, but it's just how to crop videos. Pretty simple tool to learn. Another thing that I've showed you is if you want to resize the end or the beginning, you're gonna get out of here, CCleaner. You're gonna just wait until you see that red line, and that's how you're going to do that. And that's how you do that. I've already showed you how to do the speed and duration, but I'll show you again in case you miss it. You can go to your percentage, and you can make it a lot slower, slow-mo, if you like slow-mo videos, or if you want to speed things up. See, like slow-mo videos work good if you have an experiment or something. Or let's say you have a baking channel and you want people to see all this nice, cakes that you're baking or whatever, and you want to speed certain parts of the video up because people want to see the outcome and how to make the cake or whatever you're baking, but they don't really want to sit there and watch you beat eggs for 10 minutes. So that's when you would use, speed up, obviously, with your speed and duration, so it'll go a lot faster. You've seen that maybe on Facebook with some of the, quick 30-second how to cook this videos where they speed it up. That's how you would do it with Premiere Pro. Now, we're going to go to the effects portion of the video. The video effects, I've already showed you this tab before. You can use different blurs and sharpens. Let's say, you want it to look like, I don't know, maybe it's some kind of war zone or something where you want like a blur, because let's say there's an explosion and you want it to look all blurry for some reason. Again, right menu, drag and drop, whatever editing piece, I guess you'd call it, whatever edit you want, onto the timeline, onto the selected piece of video that you want, then it's going to automatically open up this effect control, and you'll see it up here, and it'll say % blur or whatever the options are for your selected editing. You can have a lot of editing, a little bit editing, but you want to make sure first that it's like that. You can make it completely blurry, not blurry at all, only a little bit, only a lot, any kind. And something I didn't mention before is these little FX things right next to the description of what the effect is. That toggles it on and off. So instead of going to 0 for %, you could just simply hit the FX, so it'll completely disable the effect for now. And then you can click on it back whenever you want. So you can go through here. Let's say here's a perfect example of keying. Like I said, you can use difference matte, you can use luma key, non-red key. Ultra key is the best. I'm not sure why, but it's just so easy when you just want to quickly get a green screen out of there or quickly key something out. You're going to click on the little eyedropper tool, which is going to select a color. Let's say you don't want this red Josh. That is going to actually get rid of not only the Josh and the bad guy, it's going to get rid of any reds in the picture. So any color that looks like this is going to be keyed. Or let's say you don't like this beige right here, it's going to get rid of the beiges. It's kind of hard to get a good example. Let's see if I can pick out a certain frame that looks... there I am peeing. A certain frame. Okay, perfect, right here. Yellow. Yellow is a very odd color. It doesn't show up very often in editing, so let's say I don't want the yellow. It's not working. Great. Okay, let's say I don't want this yellow. Or maybe I don't want this. Okay, the point is that keying is usually used for green screen. I don't have a green screen video clip on me right now, but trust me, Ultra Key is what you need when it works. And the whole time I was editing over here. So, I mean, if that's what you want to do, you want to key something out, it's perfect. I actually made a mistake. As you could tell, I was selecting colors for this clip instead of dragging and dropping the effect of this clip. So we're going to retry that real quick. So now it should work now that I'm on the proper clip. So you see, there we go. There's a good example. So you see I keyed out yellow. So whatever yellows there are that look like the yellow that I selected are now gone. So now this is going to show as translucent. It looks like black, but it's actually translucent. So if you put a video behind it, it'll show an outline of that video wherever it is keyed out, such as a green screen. I've spent a lot of time on keying. I'm going to try to, make this simple, easy. So I'm going to go ahead and go on from keying. Image control is also another good one. Black and white is very useful. If you want to make old-time videos or just black and white videos in general, it's simple. Just grab it, drag it, and drop it, all done. You can generate different things. You can generate like a lens flare if you want a lens flare. You can do different kinds of lens flares that they have. You can do ellipse. You can generate all of those things through the Generate tab. Noise and grain, again, you can do some noise if you want some noise in your video, kind of like static, like TV static. So I don't know, maybe you want to make like some poltergeist video or something. Stylize, time, we have transform, so you can like edge feather, I believe. That's right, that kind of like feathers out the edges, so if you have like a really harsh video and you kind of like want to smooth it out, it'll kind of make the edges black, so it's not so harsh to the eye, if you want to kind of do it that way. And let's see, that's all for that's all that I'm going to go through for the video effects. You can look through that more once you get the program, but that's the most common and simple ones. On the video transitions, I believe I've already showed you guys before, but I'll just show you again. Let me just drag a clip out. You can do 3D motion, like I said. You can do like a spin into the video if you want, if that's your kind of thing. I mean, personally, that's not what I like to do. What I like to do is go into dissolve, and I know it's really simple and boring, but I like to always make a dip to black, so that way it just kind of starts out from, I don't know how to say it, I just like the fades, you know what I mean? So like the music fades out, video fades out. I don't really like the 3D transitions, but that's how that goes. You can do different kind of transitions, page peels, so if you want it to look like, you know, your video's a book or something, it'll peel kind of like that. So I mean, if you want to do a page turn so it kind of looks like, let's say you want your, here's a good example, like you want to make a video in Premiere Pro of your graduation, and you have a bunch of pictures or videos, and you want it to kind of look like a yearbook or some kind of like graduation book. Then this would be a good example of how you'd want to do that, so it kind of looks like turning the pages of a book almost. Or you could do slides, you can do that kind of stuff. And by the way, all of these transitions are both used for intros and outros, so you can put any of these in the beginning as well as the end, so they're really compatible there. So if you want it to slide out, then it'll also do that. So that's all I have for this video on how to edit videos, you know, crop them, change basically anything that has to do with the video section. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, as well as how to work with audio. And in the next video, I'm just going to do a few wrap-up things to just show you how you would export your video, what settings you'd want to use, and basically just a wrap-up on the entire series. And then right after that, I'm going to do a live, almost like a live editing scene where you guys will see how I edit videos and how I navigate the program live, so then you guys kind of get a good idea of how you should, you know, be moving around, what tools you should use if you like the way that I edit. So we're going to go ahead and end this video, and I will go to the next one very shortly. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.